Hello everyone! Today I will set up a shrimp tank a la Taekwondo style. This kind of setup is very popular in the shrimp breeders Taiwanese community since they have been using for many years now. As far as I know, at least a decade already over there. The only difference from my setup versus their setup is they drill a hole underneath the tank near the back to let all the dirt out, but I don't like drilling holes in my tank, so I don't do this method. It's pretty similar to the box UGF video setup that I have shown you guys. The only difference is the UGF box is easier to maintain and to reset the soil without removing the shrimps. With the box, all you need to do is to remove it and replace by another box that has been already cycled. This kind of setup fits more for those who keep Caridina shrimp that use special soil to keep buffer the pH. Believe me, it works for every single moment of your effort in long-term use. So if you're new who just starts to keep shrimps, you might find this setup a little weird, which is normal, and some of you don't understand the benefit of having it compared to the typical classic method that you just simply put the soil or the gravel for about 2 inch and more thicker layer inside your tank and using a simple sponge filter. But believe me, that typical classic method won't give you good result in long-term use because you will eventually find shrimps start to die suddenly and you keep asking why they died and you still don't find out the answer. Let's start this setup. It's a 10-gallon tank which I has already installed and silicone a separate glass near the back. And as UGF filter plate, I need to do some custom adjustments and cuttings in order to fit with the current dimension of this tank. Next, I cut down two small UGF plates in order to match with the custom dimension. Then I need to cut some rectangular holes to attach with the two bigger blades together. I have to admit it's a bit of work, but I enjoy making it. I'm using an X-Acto knife and a small cutting plier as my two cutting tools in order to achieve the result. I have to admit with you guys, you need to be patient to do this process. So the idea is I need to attach all of them together as a UGF base. And as you can see, it's not perfectly aligned, but it does the job fine. And that's all it matters. The next step, I need to modify that old spun filter output pipe by cutting that L shape bigger part to fit into the output UGF base filter. I'm using a PVC cutter to make the cut. It's pretty fast and effortless. Then I simply attach that cut part to the spun filter output pipe into the UGF base. And this is how this output pipe looks like one slightly modified. The next step, I add some bioceramic to fill slightly the base, followed by a small layer of filter foam in order to separate and to prevent ADA soil falling down underneath the UGF base. I add about 3 cups of ADA soil. Then I simply use an acrylic to make the soil level. Now it's time to put this tank on the rack and fill the all water and add some beneficial bacteria concentrate powder. I add about 1/3 of this small cup and I let this tank cycle for 3 to 4 weeks. I usually do about 20% of water change to speed up the cycle process a little bit faster. That also remove and lower down the ammonia. And of course, I close down the lid cover to prevent evaporation, and that's it. Well, this is one way of how I set up one of my stream tank. There are a few other ways. Different breeder has their own way. I hope it helps you to understand better the concept of setting up a shrimp tank. Until then, I'm out. See you next time.